All right, here we go. We are live. Let's see who else is awake out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's live show. It is just a little bit past 10:31 p.m. on Michael Myers Monday. Michael Myers March the 15th. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to take a drink before we get rolling here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, guys. We got a few things to talk about this week. A few little news items that we're going to go over. And I do have a video to show you guys in just a little bit. What's up, Phil? In the house. Hello. Alan Postscripts here. Sammy Smith. What's up? Great to see everybody. Thanks for being here. Happy Michael Myers Monday again, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I hope everybody had a good day today, a good week since we were last all together. All right, guys. There's Sammy Presley. What's up? Tommy Quinn. How you doing, man? Welcome, everybody. Happy Michael Myers Monday. We're going to have a fun night tonight. I don't plan to be on here for quite the marathon that last week was for almost 2 hours. I don't think it's going to be that long tonight, but we'll see how it goes. But I certainly don't plan to be on here that long. Summit's in the building. Let's get it. All right, as people are shuffling in and getting acquainted in here, I am going to go ahead and do our customary show and tell for some in stocks that we have available in the store right now. And I pulled out just a few things that we haven't looked at lately, including an oldie but goodie, the Halloween 78. This is what they call the Bloody Edition, or the Final Battle, depending on... but this is the Trick or Treat Studios officially licensed Halloween 2018 Final Battle, aka Bloody Edition mask. We do have a couple of these still left in stock right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. They retail for $60 plus shipping. And as I've done in the last few weeks, I'll say that if you order this mask or any of our $60 Myers masks, the Trick or Treat Studios Myers masks, either of our 78s or the Bloody Edition, if you order it in the next 24 hours, I will throw in another a surprise gift in the box. Some of you have taken advantage of that in past weeks, and I wanted to add this one into the mix. We've got a few of these guys. This is just one we've got out on display. That is, of course, the Trick or Treat Studios officially licensed Halloween 2018 Bloody Edition mask. I see. Let's see. We've got everybody filtering in. There's Byron. What's up, man? Glad you're here. Tommy says, only just found your channel and your content is awesome. Well, thank you so much, sir. I totally appreciate it. And we've got lots more content to come. Some exciting stuff that I'm going to not exactly announce, but tease out just a little bit and just a little bit tonight. Let's see. Now, the other thing I was going to show you guys, I know I've shown it on here during a live before, but it's been a few weeks, and I just want to remind you guys, because we still have a few of these left in stock. Remember the vintage posable skeletons that you see? Beisel used to make them back in the day. The wall decor. Well, this is the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 1978 Michael Myers, posable Michael Myers wall decor. This is just one piece of the set that we have available. It's actually 6 pieces for $12 plus shipping, and we do have to charge some shipping because we do have to package these real carefully so that they don't get bent. But you can see this guy, he's 31 inches tall. Kind of fittingly that it's 31, and that's the way the arm is the art is made. All the artwork is by the artist's name is Marty McEwen. Again, these are made by Trick or Treat Studios. This is just the one piece, and we've got a few of these sets, but you can see how tall he is, and you can see the artist rendition of the mask. And I'm going to show you just a couple other of these pieces, and then we'll get going on tonight's news items. But yeah, check this out. I know some of you have seen this before, but I just love this artwork, this vintage feel. It's like the orange full moon. Okay, we've got, let's see. I'm going to put him there. This is one of my favorites too, guys. The Myers house. Okay. There you go. The Myers house. You can see the ghost Bob up in the corner there. You can see Myers in the window. I mean, it's brilliant. The jack-o'-lantern. Again, all these pieces are included in the set of 6, as well as these back here. This is another one. You can see it's kind of a comic book, kind of a mystical, Michael coming out of the opening credits, jack-o'-lantern, like a spirit coming out. It's pretty awesome. Of course, the classic opening credits jack-o'-lantern there. 78. Opening credits, that is. And I think last but not least is this guy. Again, lots of incorporating the ghost Bob. But yeah, I love it. This one is almost like a Casper the Friendly Ghost version. Michael hiding the knife behind him. Playing tricks like always. But yeah, I love this whole set. And again, I show this to you because we don't have too many left. And this open set is mine that, and I did show it here probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. But I wanted to show it off again because it is one of the coolest items that we have in stock right now. And for $12, again, and the cardboard that it's printed on, it's not the super cheap stuff that you would get at Walmart or the Dollar Tree or something. It's actually kind of heavy duty. Of course, you don't want to get it wet or anything, but yeah, it's totally rad if you love the vintage Halloween stuff like I do. And I've talked about this many times on here. You guys know this. Some of you guys know this that have been here for a while. Let's see. I see everybody getting acquainted in here. That's good to see. Yeah, we had a ton of new people joining us last weekend, the week before, and so I'm glad to see some of you guys back again for some more. We didn't scare you away last week, so that's good. There's Matt. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Awesome. Yep, Sammy, Tommy. Awesome, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get into some of the news items I've got to talk about. Right off the bat, I hope that you all had a chance to check out my full interview with Sandy Johnson. We put it online on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, and I do have the link down in the description of this video if you haven't watched it yet. But it's about an hour long, and I talked a lot about it last week. I'm not going to recap everything, but she was very gracious with telling us her story about how she, after doing that iconic scene as Judith Myers in 78, of course, stepped away from the franchise and stepped away from Hollywood completely for almost 40 years. And it wasn't until 2018 that an agent who had been looking for her for about a decade himself located her. And many of you guys probably remember there was a whole kind of online search looking for her. Dread Central did articles, a lot of people, and she was found in 2018. And the agent found her and got her to appear, her first ever convention appearance at the 40 Years of Terror reunion event, which was that October of 2018 in Pasadena. And so yeah, she was awesome, and that was her first ever appearance. And if you watch the interview, you know this, but she explained how at the same time, the agent said, "Oh, and by the way, these guys at Blumhouse are trying to fine you because they need you to sign off and give permission that they can use parts of your scene in the new Halloween." And so, of course, she had no idea that anybody was trying to find her. It was just amazing. I even asked her in the interview. I was like, "Well, surely you saw the sequels or this film airing on TV over the years?" And she basically said no. She was into academics. She was in school and was a teacher herself for many years, and was just she just didn't watch TV. And so it was complete uh, news to her that the film was a classic, and that it's the biggest franchise in horror, and that it's got this massive fan base, and that Judith Myers specifically is such an iconic name and character, and that tombstone is so synonymous with the film and with Halloween now. Um, so again, I'm not going to recap all that. Hopefully you checked it out. If you didn't, again, it's linked below. I urge you to check that out. Sandy was awesome, and I look forward to seeing and talking to her again one day soon, maybe at the 45 Years of Terror in a few years, hopefully, if we're all lucky. Let's see. I'm gonna take a drink and a breath and see what you guys are talking about, and then we'll talk about Anthony Michael Hall. Did you guys watch his Q&A with GalaxyCon on Saturday? Because you know I did. Sammy says Sandy Johnson rocked. Yeah, thank you for watching, man. Yeah, she was great. She was really cool. Yeah, that was awesome seeing Sandy last week. Thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, she was really great. And again, in launching this kind of new Zoom video series of interviews that we're doing, I you know, I couldn't think of a better person to kick it off with than James Jude Courtney. But as far as to where to go from there, I felt like Sandy was just a natural because I'd never interviewed her, whereas James, I did have this history. With Sandy, I didn't have that, and I literally have always wanted to. And I've interviewed most of the cast from the '78, most of her castmates. So I was excited, and as you saw, I'm geeking out in these interviews too. I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan, and so, but it is an honor and a thrill, and it's exciting for me, especially when it's somebody that I've never interviewed before, and you know, at this point, she and James have both done a ton of these Zoom interviews, and they're total pros, of course. But I will say that I I don't have a world premiere from my next interview tonight, but I do have my next interview scheduled, and it is somebody with this franchise, and you guys know how I do it. I'm not going to say the name tonight. I don't like to do that until it's done. Watch, keep watching this feed though. Watch the post, watch social media because I will be announcing it soon. But needless to say, this person is they're very well known in this franchise, and you guys are gonna love it. If I were to say the name right now, you'd all be like, "Oh shit, that's awesome!" It's somebody that you're gonna instantly know and be excited to hear from, and I can't wait. Again, I'm already geeking out and just thinking about it. But that is scheduled for later this week, and again, I don't like to jinx things by talking about them before they happen, so I'm not gonna say the name specifically, but that's in the works, and lots of other good stuff is in the works as well. But the next one is scheduled. So, like I said, keep watching. At the very earliest, I would probably have a clip from that ready, hypothetically, on this Friday's Halloween show. Very possibly another exclusive for next week's live here on Monday night. Again, we'll just have to see how it goes. But keep watching our social media for the announcement and the reveal of exactly who that is. You guys are going to love it. Awesome. Awesome. I'm just catching up on you guys' comments. Thank you, Tommy. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, so Anthony Michael Hall on Saturday, he did a live streamed Q&A with GalaxyCon. It's GalaxyCon Live, they call it. And of course I watched it. It was the Q&A part was free, and then they do like I guess it's like a pay for a personal video, a few minutes, or you can buy autographs. But the Q&A was completely free. You just had to register for free. And so I watched it, and it was great. Again, Anthony is somebody that I've never met. I hope to. Obviously, I'd love to interview him. I actually had an opportunity to meet him many years ago at one of the first horror conventions I ever attended. My wife and I were there, and he was there, and it just didn't work out. We didn't have time for whatever reason. And of course, now looking back, I'm like, damn. But the other side of it is he wasn't Tommy Doyle yet at that point either. So now there'd be a whole nother chapter to talk about in any case. But of course, he's been around forever, and he's been in so many iconic movies. National Lampoon's Vacation and Breakfast Club, and right up to he's in The Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. So, excuse me, guys. So I watched it, and of course they talked about his whole career, and they took fan questions, and it was all pretty awesome. They didn't talk much about Halloween Kills because nobody can really, but the question did come up a little bit, and I pulled just a couple notable quotes that he said about Halloween Kills, and I'll share them with you now. If you saw it, then you heard, and I'm sorry for being redundant, but this will take just a minute. Like I said, Anthony Michael Hall, he was in The Dark Knight. If you remember, he's got a small role as a TV reporter, kind of talk show host guy, and he's in the film, and he does have scenes with the Joker, but what he was really a big part of, if you can remember, prior to The Dark Knight being released in theaters, it was some really great viral marketing that they were doing then. And there's not a ton of viral marketing now, at least not as effective as that was. And that was still kind of cutting edge. And he was very much a part of that. I remember him interviewing people like Harvey Dent and stuff like that. And they would release these months out ahead of the release of the film. And so that was Anthony. So, and he talked about working on The Dark Knight and how even just being a small part of that, it was such a big deal for him. So at one point, though, they did ask about Halloween Kills, and again, he didn't really say much that we didn't know, but I did like this one quote that he says. He says, quote, "Not since The Dark Knight have I been so flipped out on being in a movie. I'm so pumped up for that film. I can't wait to see it." Now, again, of course, he hasn't seen the finished film, much like Andy Matichak said, she hasn't seen the finished film. There he is there as Tommy Doyle in that in a screen grab from the most recent teaser. And I will tell you, later on in the Q&A, Anthony was also asked specifically, what is your favorite role that you have played so far? And this is his answer. Anthony Michael Hall says, quote, "I'm always thinking forward, so I'm pumped to see Halloween Kills. I really felt great about that. I felt really blessed that they gave me such a great opportunity. It's really like a hero role, because along with Jamie and Judy Greer and Andy Matichak, we're kind of taking on Myers in this one. It's really just pedal to the metal, killer, all-out slasher film. I just felt so honored to be stepping into a small part of that franchise." And then later he continues, just to be a part of that, I was so stoked. So that's the one I'm probably the most excited about. Okay, so, again, you can take that how you want. I mean, like James, like Andy, like it, of course they're all pumped. And you could say, they're, but again, this is a guy that's been a part of some major franchises, some iconic films in his career. So for me to hear him say, and he did say earlier in the interview, what a big deal being in the Dark Knight was, even in such a small um, role, that he was so stoked, and he seemed very genuine about it. So to hear him compare playing Tommy Doyle to that, I mean, and again, kind of, um, more of what we've been thinking and feeling and seeing, and the impression we're getting that yes, Tommy kind of the hero role in this one. And of course, we know from the teaser. I mean, we don't know, but we've surmised that you know this is going to be very much about the community of Haddonfield coming together to hunt the hunter, being Michael, of course, and kind of a hero role. So I was stoked to hear that, and really stoked to hear him say that not since the Dark Knight has he been this excited to see something. So I can't wait to see that. Um, and again, I mean, you look at that image. I mean, it's just he looks ready to go after Myers, like he says they are going to do. So what do you guys think? Are you stoked to see Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle? I I've said on here before. Of course, I would have loved to see Brian Andrews reprise the role. And that's a whole nother subject I could talk about another time. But I do know Brian and consider him a friend, and would have loved to see that. But I look at all the previous work of Anthony Michael Hall that I've seen, and like I said, some of those iconic roles that he was in throughout his career. Edward Scissorhands. He's actually the bully in that one, and Weird Science. I mean, just so many that you think of his work, and you're just like, wow, he really has. And age wise, he fits the age, and you kind of look at Anthony Michael Hall, young Anthony Michael Hall in National Lampoon's Vacation, and you look at Brian Andrews in Halloween '78. I mean, it does almost physically you can kind of see that kid growing into that kid, and then of course that kid in Vacation in real life did grow into this man. So I mean, it's you know we'll see. But I'm excited. I think he's a great actor, and I think hearing his excitement for this, um again, you could say, oh, it's just the cast trying to sell their latest movie and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And hey, I mean, what are they going to say? But I mean, I don't think at this point Universal is pressuring them to go out and pump this movie. I think there is very legitimate, real excitement. I think when Andy Manichek says this is bigger and more chaotic and angrier and meaner, I think that goes along with what we've seen. I mean, it's called Kills. It's the working title was when they were filming was Mob Rules. We know these things. Um, so I was excited to hear those quotes, just that little bit, and yeah, hopefully we'll get Anthony Michael Hall here on the channel here, maybe later on this year, and talk about becoming the new Tommy Doyle. That would be awesome. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about today. If you follow us on social media or subscribe to the website directly, HalloweenDailyNews.com, you might have seen we broke a little bit of news today. Our friends at the Haunted Screams Expo in Hampton, Virginia, they are back this year. They are anticipating returning with an in-person event this September. And again, this is in Hampton, Virginia. And they had their first ever convention in 2019. They were all set to be twice as big with a really great lineup of guests last year. And of course, you know what happened, and it had to be canceled. Well, today we were given the go ahead to reveal that they are still doing their in-person event, at least as of right now, this September 18th and 19th. And we got to make the exclusive announcement of who their first guest for the 2021 Expo is. And it is the one and only Tyler Mane. Of course, Michael Myers in Halloween 07 and Halloween 209, Sabretooth in X-Men, and you can see there we're all going to be checking out this new Netflix show called Jupiter's Legacy, and he's got a pivotal role in that. The character's name is Black Star. It's a graphic novel adaptation. So Tyler Mane is confirmed for the 2021 Halloween Expo. He was just up in Charlotte at Mad Monster Party with our friends there at Mad Monster Party. So he is definitely ready to get back on the convention scene. I can tell you as of right now, we, Halloween Daily News, we are planning to be at Haunted Screams Expo. That's only about 2 hours from our home base here in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. So we, if all goes as planned, and again, things could change, but hopefully we're going to be there, and we're going to be following the progress of this event over the next few months as more announcements are made, and I can't tell you exactly who is going to be announced, but I do know a few of the names, and again, you guys as Halloween franchise fans are going to be very excited. But I think Tyler being the first out the gate is awesome. Again, that's September 18th and 19th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Tyler is the first guest officially confirmed for 2021. And that is in Hampton, Virginia at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. As always, I've got all the details up on our site at HalloweenDailyNews.com, and as you can see, you can also find out more at HauntedScreams.com. Okay, so before I go any further with the news stuff, what I wanted to do is give you guys a little taste, because I don't have an exclusive video to world premiere for you, but I do have a video clip that I figured I'd play in honor of Haunted Screams and just hopefully conventions kind of rising up post-pandemic conventions, and hopefully it's all going to be a much, a positive year going forward. So I'm going to give you guys a little flashback to Haunted Screams 2019, and this is a clip from Tyler's Q&A from 2 years ago at this event, and you'll notice the host, he calls himself Latrim to Soul, and Latrim is your host for Haunted Screams. He is a horror host cosplayer, and you'll learn more about him if you attend. But he's the one asking the questions. It's not a very long clip. It's about 5 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys. If for some reason it doesn't play right away, I know last week we had a little technical issue with one of the clips. Just give me a minute. Let me know that you can't hear it or whatever, and I will try to address that. And if it doesn't work, then I'll be back on here, and I'll just tell you what he said. But otherwise, I'm going to play this, and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll talk some more. So here's Tyler Mane from Haunted Screams Expo 2019, talking specifically about his work in the Halloween franchise, and also his favorite kill. If you want to see the full Q&A, or at least more of it, a longer package, we've got that on this channel as well. But here we go from Haunted Screams 2019.
I get to sit next to him, everybody. Isn't that great? Yay! Oh, course, All right. So does anybody have any questions? Anything that they would like to know? All right.
What was your hardest role to play, and why was it so hard?
What was my hardest role to play, and why was it so hard? I would have to say there were a few of them, but the Halloween 2, because I wanted to top what I did in the first one. And talking with Rob, we made the kills more aggressive. So taking it to the next level was
You heard aggressive kills, you got excited.
intense, right? There you go, there you go. But it was a lot of fun. You know, I'm very lucky for what I do and what I get to do, but you know, getting up in the morning and going to a movie set, it ain't that bad of a life, you know what I mean? You go 16 hours and stuff like that, but you know, I'll add something to that too. I'm doing a TV series for Netflix. I can't tell you what it's called, but we're in the middle of filming it right now. And what I'm doing during that is probably the most physical and toughest stuff I've done, but it is going to look so cool when it comes out. You guys are going to love it.
I got a question.
Yes.
What was the difference from working with Rob Zombie as opposed to anyone else? Because his horror it's more gory and it's way more out there and more bizarre than, let's just say, like your basic scary behind the door ghost type of deal. His is a lot more like.
Yeah, that all comes out of Rob's head.
Yeah,
you know, I tell you, I was doing an interview with Rob. It was for some news article or something, and the announcer said to him, he goes, "Well, where did you get all this from?" And he goes, "Well, you know, when I was 5 years old, my parents were carnies, and I saw a guy run up to a guy and hit him, and hit the other guy in the back of the head with a ball peen hammer. He kind of just died right there, and I was like, okay, that's kind of, you know, so that's the kind of mindset it's coming from." But working with Rob was just so cool. He's so laid back because he's an artist himself. And during the day, it'd be like, "How do you want to kill people today?" I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of cool. Let's figure this out," you know? So, and then we just came up with stuff, and he had ideas, and I had ideas, and we added to it. And like with the, it was really funny, the scene with, in the stripper's office, I guess, what would you call that? I guess it was Dan Roebuck's in the second one where the stripper, I bashed her head in the hallway, and then, yeah, I know. Well, but anyhow, they had a stunt coordinator there and a stunt guy, and he says to me, "I don't know if you know my background, I'm a professional wrestler," and he goes, "So do you know how to choke slam somebody?" And, you know, I said, "Yeah, I think I got this," you know? And he was trying, the stunt guy was trying to be all cocky and everything. And then he said something to Rob, and Rob was just like, "Oh, just give it to him." And he yelled, "Rolling." And I picked that guy up and I slammed him right through the couch. And he goes, "Okay, you know what you're doing." And Rob was just laughing. So, I mean, we had a lot of fun.
One thing that I was very curious about is in the movie, of course, there's lots of gore and everybody ends up dying, which is simply amazing, you know, because that way they can party with me down in hell. So I like seeing that. Unless they were very good, you know, then I'm very sad because I'll never meet them because then they go up there. But out of all your kill scenes, which was your favorite and why?
I would have to say my favorite kill scene is the nurse in the opening of Halloween 2. I stabbed her 30 some odd times, but she went on to win an Oscar. So technically, I'm the only serial killer to kill an Oscar winner. I'll take that.
All right. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, that's not new material. That there's a longer version of that highlights from that Q&A that you can find on our channel as well, or on the main website. But so Tyler will be back, and that'll be your host at Haunted Screams later. I'm going to get him here on the channel here in a few weeks as well, and tell us all about the con. It's pretty cool. They do a haunted house there. Like as you enter through a haunted house. At least that's how they did it in 2019. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do again. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. All right. I'm going to get into just a couple other quick news items right here. Again, you might have already seen this stuff on the website, but I'm going to run through it for those of you that haven't. First up, also happening in September, actually the same weekend as Haunted Screams, but if you can't make it, if you're not out here near Virginia, but are closer to Utah, then the place to be is at these two screenings that are happening. One on September 17th and the other on September 19th. Now, these screenings are part of the On-Set Cinema series. If any of you guys know about the Myers House, North Carolina, I've talked about it before here. Our friend Kenny, he long story short, he built a life-size replica of the Myers House out in western North Carolina, and he lives there. And now, a few years ago, he started his On-Set Cinema series, where they go and they hold screenings of films at locations where they were shot. So on Friday, September 17th, there's going to be a Halloween 4 screening at the actual Penny's gas station located in Stockton, Utah. This is where they shot, where Loomis was reunited with Michael in Halloween 4, and he's still wearing the bandages on his face. It's they're going to have a screen set up just outside of the service station, and you'll be able to watch the movie exactly where Michael drives through one of the bay doors with a tow truck and basically tries to run over Dr. Loomis in the film. Penny's will be open before the screening, and fans will be able to eat dinner and get pre-movie snacks inside at a cafe, exactly where Loomis discovers, the same cafe where Loomis discovers the dead waitress in the film. And like I said, he comes face to face with Michael. And Michael hadn't even gotten his Michael mask yet. He's still wearing his face bandages, but it's a great scene in the film. Michael's actually played by Tom Morgan in that scene. Another person I've interviewed, which you can find on our site. But let's move on. So that's Friday, September 17th. 2 days later, on Sunday, September 19th, in nearby Salt Lake City, Utah, it will be a screening of Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. And this will be at the Myers house, where fans will get a complete guided tour of the property grounds, as well as a look inside the house itself. You'll be able to hang out in the backyard, exactly where Deborah Strode gets killed by Michael in the clotheslines with an axe. Again, one of the best scenes in H6. And you can also, in the tour, you can go down into the basement where John Strode discovers bloody clothes in the washing machine, then gets stabbed by Michael, and of course pushed onto an electrical box. So you'll get to see where all those awesome scenes from the film were actually shot. And these screenings are pretty awesome that Kenny puts on. So if you can get there, I would definitely check that out. They don't sell like a ton of tickets. It's kind of, like limited engagement type things. Which everything is going to be this year. I mean, let's be real. Conventions, haunted screams, everything, just like Mad Monster was. It's going to be very limited capacity, obviously. But I think, ramping up a little bit as we go, hopefully. So, So again, you can learn more at his website. It's myershousenc.com, and you just click on the On-Set Cinema, the On-Set Cinema link, or you can go directly to myershousenc.com/On-Set Cinema. or just find out everything you need to know and get the links straight from us at HalloweenDailyNews.com. I did, again, link our article about these screenings, if I can get it out my mouth, down below in the description of this feed. So you can check that out. There is some other merch news. If you were watching this week, was it today? I think yesterday. Trick or Treat Studios. Last week I had my 12-inch figure, the 1/6 scale Michael Myers Halloween '78 action figure, collectible figure. They call it an action figure, but I mean they're really meant for the shop. They're like a high-end collectible. But I had the figure here and I was showing it off to you. Well, no sooner did we do that now Trick or Treat Studios has announced these new accessories that are all going to come together in one accessory pack, and these are specifically for the Michael Myers 1/6 scale figure that they have released, and which we also have a few more available currently as I speak at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. The 78 accessory pack, as you can see, it includes green coveralls, green sheet with head and glasses. Oh, and also apparently with the coveralls, there is a black t-shirt that he would wear underneath it. It comes with the ghost sheet, head, and glasses. You can see 3 different sets of hands, so 6 different hands total. Speaking of Judith Myers, there's the Judith Myers tombstone that it comes with, and a light-up jack-o'-lantern, and of course, possibly the coolest thing, or at least my favorite thing, the telephone. Now we just need a Linda figure. You know what I mean? We got Michael, we got a couple Lauries out there now finally. We need some more Lauries, but we need Linda and Annie, Loomis. Then we can really, you can really do some wonders with, some of these toy photo shoots that people are doing out there. I love that stuff. All right, let's see. What else happened this week? Did you guys see? I don't know that this is new news specifically, but it's new to me. I just became aware of it. As I've said, I'm not a huge gamer. We've talked about whether or not Gun Media may or may not be making a Halloween game that may or may not have Kane Hodder, may or may not playing Michael Myers. I don't know any of that. I've speculated that something like that is inevitable. But I did see a thing today. If I don't know if you guys saw it, and again, this is not new. This came out, I think, in January, but of course, Michael is featured in Dead by Daylight. Many of you have played that game. My son owns it. I've played it. It's a great game. Great Haddonfield board on there, I guess you would call it. But the site leaksbydaylight.com, they've got an article about Behavior Interactive, the company behind the game, has apparently renewed their license for Halloween. And this fan site that follows all things Dead by Daylight, speculates that it's probably to get to work on the graphic reworking of Haddonfield and perhaps also on the models of Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. As you guys know, this is the current look of Michael Myers in the game. They got this information at leaksbydaylight.com. Credit to them, because that's and again, they got their info from a site called licenseglobal.com. And on January 28th of this year, the License Global reported that Creative Licensing has expanded their roster of digital games, introducing some familiar action heroes from the 80s and 90s to a generation of gamers and fans through downloadable content licenses. Among the deals that this site mentions, Rambo for Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Rambo and Escape from New York. Hello, John Carpenter fans. Rambo and Escape from New York for World of Tanks. Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day for Fortnite. Evil Dead 2 for Evil Dead the Game. Not too surprising there. And most interesting to us, Halloween for Dead by Daylight. So that's all we've really got right now on that. Is it going to be, is that related to a new game? Probably not. Especially considering they specifically say it's for Dead by Daylight. But it looks like they're going to be doing possibly a bit of retooling and revamping, remodeling of the Halloween saga on Dead by Daylight. All right. Now, that's pretty much it for my news items this week. So we can talk about whatever you guys want. I am going to go ahead and plug a couple of tweets and posts for today. This is our new thing here where each week I'm going to pull just a couple notable Michael Myers Monday tweets from Instagram, from Twitter, from wherever that jumped out for whatever reason. And again, these are pretty random. As I've said before, I started the hashtag in 2013 as a way to celebrate this fandom, to celebrate this franchise, to make Mondays suck less, and literally to make Mondays more killer. And it's really, in these years, since these 8 years, taken on a life of its own. And I love how it has, and I love how everybody gets involved on social media every Monday, and I try to retweet and repost as much as I can. And so the other week I started sharing a couple of these here during Michael Myers Monday Live. So I'm just going to share a couple from Twitter first. Here's one. I don't know if you guys know, but there's an entire Haddonfield community on Twitter. Like, every character you can think of from all of the films are represented by a Twitter account. And I don't know who's running these. I don't know, but it is amazing. I follow a ton of them, and they are hilarious and they are great. This one comes to us from one of those accounts today, courtesy of Linda Vanderclock at Totally Linda V. She says, "So I totally showed my boobs to the wrong guy. I thought he was Bob dressed as a ghost. It was probably Devin Graham. Hashtag Michael Myers Monday." Right? I mean, that's awesome. I love that one. So thank you, Linda, for that. But yeah, on a serious note, check out the Haddonfield community. I mean, every character, Amy's on their bracket from all the sequels, and they're constantly tweeting in character as if this universe never ends. And it's pretty damn awesome. So, thanks for participating with Michael Myers Monday, Linda. Let's see. Here is another one, also from Twitter today. This comes from Foggy Lungs, which is at Hell Yeah Hallow 1. Foggy Lungs. Just sitting here thinking about Halloween. Pumpkin emoji, hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I love it because I think that's pretty much all of us, pretty much all the time. And that's a great looking H2 Michael, by the way. I don't know who does that cosplay, but I mean that is an on point H2 cosplay. And let's see, up next. Oh yeah, this one comes to us from Instagram today. This is at the shore, and he he says, "Who's thirsty?" Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I like the double entendre of the Who's Thursday. But what he's doing, as many of you know, this has come to be known as the Nick Castle Challenge. You know, recreating the classic behind the scenes image shot by the great photographer Kim Gottlieb Walker of Nick Castle with his mask, basically doing the exact same thing with a Dr. Pepper on the set, of John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween. So this one comes to us from the shore. And finally, bringing it home, keeping the theme, the man himself, Tyler Mane, getting in on the Michael Myers Monday action today. He actually posted this photo on Instagram of the crew, the entire crew and cast from Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. You know it. And he says, as you can see, much love to the cast and crew, H1, family is forever. Nice little throwback to the poster of H2, even though this is H1. But he's right, family is forever. Which of our friends were scared shitless watching Halloween for the first time? Tag them below. Hashtag Michael Myers, hashtag Halloween, and hashtag Michael Myers Monday. Tyler Mane himself posting for Michael Myers Monday. How rad is that, right, guys? So, Michael Myers himself celebrating Michael Myers Monday on social media. So yeah, be sure to tag me and use the hashtag if you're on Instagram or Twitter or wherever you're at. If it's the Facebook or wherever you're at, tag us Halloween Daily News accounts and use the hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I try to I do see all of them, and I try to like all of them, and I retweet and repost as many as I can. It gets hard, especially when I'm on here during a large part of the night where historically I would be sitting here just reposting and retweeting. But I figured this is yet another way to celebrate and to share the love of the hashtag itself, which again, you know, I just love how everybody gets into it and kind of makes it their own in their own way. So that's what I got, everybody. You guys let me know if you got any questions or anything we need to get into tonight. I think yep, it's been almost an hour. I told you I'm not gonna be here till after midnight tonight, so probably gonna wrap it up here in a few. But I'm gonna take a pause and have a drink, and you guys tell me what you want to talk about. Thanks for those Halloween verse accounts. Summit says, "Yeah, man, I like that. The Halloween verse. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And yeah, you need to check them out. Follow Linda. Follow. I mean, they're all on there. Like every small character you could even think of from one of the random sequels. I bet you they're on there. I follow most of them through our Halloween Daily account. Whenever I come across one, and they're always in character. They're always hilarious. They always make me laugh. And of course, if they're participating with Michael Myers Monday, even better. So check them out. All right, what's up, Ken? Good to see you here. thanks for being here, man. Yep, I saw you check in earlier. Sandy wants to know where to get the H78 extended version movie on DVD. Possibly Amazon. It's tough right now. You could probably find one on Amazon, I would think. Um, yeah, I got that box set when it came out a few years ago. That epic. I got the 15 disc version, and man, it includes every version, the TV versions, the producer's cut of H6. It is just the ultimate, but it is really hard to get a hold of that now. If you could ever get one of those for a price that's doable for you, that's what I would advise, because that is they call it the complete collection, and I said at the time it's technically not complete because it doesn't have the Rob Zombie theatrical versions, but it's as complete as it'll probably ever be. That said, I'm probably wrong, and they probably will release another ultimate complete collection at some point. But I don't know if that would have every different cut and version and remastering of the 78 film and H2 and H6. Jacob Lattimore wants to talk about Halloween Kills. We're stoked for it. Like I said, I like those comments coming from Anthony Michael Hall. I do. Not gonna lie, everybody's saying the right things to get us hyped. Okay, so let's see. Daleman Roland asks, "Why is Michael Myers so angry?" Um, and says, "Spirit Halloween is a cool story." Yeah, I love Spirit Halloween. As to why Michael Myers is so angry, in the sequels, I think, um, you could make a case for he's pissed off at the people that fought back, or the people that got away. In the case of Laurie Strode, the one that got away. But in the original, I don't even know for sure that I would even say that he's so angry in the original. I think what it comes down to, and what all of the, I've interviewed Carpenter, I've interviewed Daniel Ferrens, who wrote Halloween 6, and just everybody I've talked to on the subject. It comes back around to Michael being pure evil, and this ancient type of pure evil, that he is a man, but there is the shape of evil. There's the evil that has come into him. And we talked a little bit last week about Alan McElroy's interview over on the We Watch the Movie Guys channel, which I really enjoyed that interview, and I actually loved the interview myself at some point. But he talks about that in that interview, and I actually shared that on our site. Because I liked his prequel idea of doing a prequel about the Reverend that picks up Dr. Loomis in H4. But Alan McElroy, the writer of H4, he talks about that, of how the evil of Michael Myers is older than Michael Myers himself. So, but I still don't think that's the anger. I think, especially in that original film, it's the blankness. And Loomis describes it best. The darkest eyes, the blackest eyes, the emotionless, the blankness, and that pure evil can just embody that. I think that's really what it comes down to. Jacob asks if I think on Halloween Ends, if that will be done with Michael. No is the short answer. I don't think there'll ever be like they will make more Michael Myers movies for sure. But this storyline, this David Gordon Green's trilogy, which if you include 78, I guess it's a quadrilogy, but yeah, I think, and I kind of want them to put kind of their end to it, and if that means killing Michael, if it's handled right, again, I mean, we'll see what happens, but whether or not Michael, I mean, people talk about that, like, will Michael, I mean, he could die in the movie, but they're going to make another movie. They're going to make another, whether it's restarting or starting from another point in the franchise, continuing from, let's make a continuation of Halloween 4, but disregard Halloween 5 and 6 or something like that. I've said it many times during these live things. If anybody is going to make their own rules only to then break their own rules, it's definitely the Halloween franchise. And I'll be here for it. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'll be here for it. And yeah, Byron, I know, Byron's mentioning his pitches. Byron's got all kinds of ideas for some pitches. I know a lot of you guys have ideas of where the franchise could go beyond Halloween Ends. I mean, yeah, I think to have the word ends in the film and not give us a kind of somewhat firm closure, it's kind of like having a movie called Kills and not really delivering on the kills. I mean, I think they're really going to deliver on the kills in the next movie. But will it be the last Michael Myers movie? No. It'll be the last for a little while. For sure. For sure. I think, Malik, we've talked about when the next one would come out. I would say 3 or 4 to 5 years. Realistically, probably 5 or 6 years at the earliest after Ends comes out next year. Would be the earliest Malik would probably want to do another film. Now, the one thing that changes everything is money. Let's say Kills comes out this year, despite only being allowed in so many theaters and only so much capacity, still rakes in the money, breaks box office records, breaks the streaming records. Ends comes out next year, huge movie, new October champion. You can't tell me, Malik, at that point, regardless of where the story is going to be, wouldn't be thinking of calling up David Gordon Green and Jason Blum and saying, what do you guys want to do now? I mean, it is Hollywood and it is show business and it is, money makes the world go round. So that could change things too. But no, my gut feeling at this moment, knowing what little I know about these upcoming films, is, yeah, I think they'll give us an ending with Ends to this story. And whether or not that includes Michael Myers' death. I mean, we've seen Michael Myers die before, but I mean, he kind of supposedly died at the end of Halloween 4, but only to be not dead at the beginning of Halloween 5. I mean, we've seen stuff like this before. So, yeah, Byron says 2028 when we would get the nearest one. And, again, that's not too far off from what I'm saying. It's not too far off from now. I mean, it's only 7 years from now, which is crazy to think. But yeah, you figure they get Ends out next year, and then the following year, that's the 45th anniversary of the franchise. So it's 45 years of terror, presumably, hopefully, where hopefully a lot of us can meet in person out in Pasadena, I hope. And probably around that time it would make the most sense to release some kind of box set, I would think, maybe with these 3 new films, maybe with 78 included, as like a 4-pack, possibly. Certainly the David Gordon Green trilogy. I think ideally what we'd all want is maybe another Ultimate Collection, but then again, that means we all have to buy the Ultimate Collection again. And so it's not going to be cheap now, because it'll be, instead of 10 movies like it was last time they did the complete collection, it'd be 13 movies now. So Michael Myers versus the Sawyers in Texas Chainsaw, Tommy says. Yeah, now I've said before, my preference would be to never really see a Michael Myers versus movie. I've got numerous reasons for that. But yeah, if you're gonna put him against somebody, Jason's kind of the natural go-to. But yeah, I think a Leatherface thing would be crazy. And wouldn't it be nuts to have Michael, instead of stalking the victims, the babysitters, and the boyfriends that he is typically stalking the Sawyers and running into Leatherface and his family out there? Yeah, that could be interesting and fun. Yeah, see Wolfie in the house. What's up, man? Yeah, you're a little late, but that's all right, man. No worries. No worries. You can always restart this when I'm done here. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Yep, there's Byron's some of his titles right there. His trilogy idea. Blumhouse could get Adam Green to do one. Yeah, I've mentioned that before. That Adam Green at one point made it public that he'd love to do a Halloween film. I think most horror directors would, but then they'd be sketchy of, um, you know, you don't want to fuck it up. But at the same time, if you're offered get the keys to the franchise, are you really, if you're a director you know, worth something, are you really gonna turn it down because you're scared of messing up? I think you gotta take the leap, as scary as it would be. And so props to David Gordon Green. And, I've said it before, but props to, Blumhouse for looking outside of the horror genre for these films. Because I think that was probably a wise choice to bring somebody like David Gordon Green in, who's done pretty much every genre but horror until now. And now he's kind of, now he's working with Michael Dougherty on the Hellraiser series. So he's kind of a horror guy now. Byron, yeah, I can't pull up the pitches, because I don't have them uh, easily. I can get them on my phone, but I don't have them easily loaded up on my program here on my studio. So I can't pull up your pitches here, Byron. But I don't know. Can you guys share photos on the in the live chat? I guess not. But you can put links in there. Let's see. There's Sammy Gomez. Hope you're doing well, man. Tommy says H2O was a great ending. Yeah, I thought H2O was. The ending, that finale with Laurie and Michael, and when she sends the kids away and goes back in there. That's really, one of the best moments in the whole franchise. When she screams Michael and they have their confrontation and just how it all plays out and how she's, after chopping his head, she's doing the breathing, just like Jamie Lloyd was doing the breathing. And at the end of part 4, it's chilling. And just like the ending of part 4, the same but different, but both very effective both times around. Again, this is a franchise that kind of works in circles. It does, echo itself and rhyme with itself constantly. But Star Wars does a lot of that too. So you know, I don't have a problem with that. And I certainly love, the references and the Easter eggs when they've come over the years, and I expect to see more of that in the new films too. So what else we got going on, guys? Jacob's asking about the new Jeepers Creepers movie. Yeah, I don't really know much about that. I saw something that there's some new people, and but yeah, I don't know much about that to comment on. Byron said you could do it on the phone. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know how to. I'm not gonna send that over to here right now. What's he talking about right now? I'm just taking fan questions at the moment and viewer comments. About to sign off, guys. Like I said, big interview coming up in just a few days. Um, and I will be breaking the news about that once it's in the can. And hopefully next Monday I will have some world premiere material. Also, I back on the Haunted Screams I was talking about earlier. Again, I can't say too much, but I do know a few names of a few of the other guests that are going to be joining Tyler, and I'm not allowed to say quite yet, but let's just say you're going to be excited when they're revealed as well. So you might want to start marking your calendars and trying to make arrangements to get to Virginia that weekend if you can't make it up to Utah for Kenny's on-set cinema screenings up there that weekend. Byron asking if I saw Andy's interview with Wham. Yes, I did. Yeah, I talked about it last week. I did watch the interview. Yeah, I talked about it last week, but I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed our interview with Sean and Christopher on the thing with two heads, and yeah, um, some good stuff. I took down a few of her quotes from that Wham interview as well, and I don't have them handy, but we did talk about that last week. Christopher Nolan's Halloween. Wow. Now that'd be something, especially when we're hearing Anthony Michael Hall compare his excitement to Kills to his excitement going into The Dark Knight. I mean, to even think of those two in the same breath, but then when he said that, I did start thinking, and maybe this is just a bit of wishful thinking, but that was the middle film in a trilogy done cohesively by one director, one team. That was also kind of, even though it was his own thing, it was his own thing over here, but still part of this larger Batman franchise in a way. A lot of similarities to Halloween Kills. That's, again, a middle film from a director who's gonna ultimately do 3 in the same production team, and it's kind of its own thing over here, but yet still part of this larger. So, and again, I know this was just kind of a passing comment for Anthony, but it, like when David Gordon Green says this is our Empire Strikes Back, and Anthony Michael Hall says things like I haven't been this excited since The Dark Knight. I mean, I can't help but get excited for what we're about to see. And I saw some of you guys summit. You've seen a script, I guess, and yeah, please keep the spoilers off here. But yeah, that's exciting to hear that it is an emotional and beautiful story. I've heard some good things as well. Is that I can say that I've heard a few good things about the film that get me really excited. All right, guys. Um, yeah. Let's see. Where did we get anything else? Here, let me That's a good question. Who knows? Wolfie says, "Who knows Mr. Sandman?" Mostly from Halloween. It has become. It's been used in what, 3 different Halloween films now, 3 or 4 films. I know Part 2, and then H2O, and then Zombies. Um, Zombies film. So so yeah, I don't know that I had ever heard that song before then. Now that I think about it, it probably did. That probably was my introduction to Mr. Sandman. Byron's got 12 different pitches. Wow. Yeah, you need to be sending them in to Blumhouse. Contact Jason. Yes, yes. Tommy says, and John Carpenter says it's hard times 100. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's said the right things, and yeah, you could easily say, oh, they're just saying that. They're just trying to um, but they're still saying the right things, and they don't have to right now. They could just be sitting at home, not commenting on it, but you can't help but get excited. And I think also the fact that we're still six. Well, hey, look at it this way, guys. Today's the 15th. I just thought about this. We're exactly 7 months out today, right? So happy 7 months to go. I think somebody on here did say that earlier. I apologize I didn't jump on that earlier, but yeah, that's a milestone, guys. So 7 months from today, we'll be seeing it. Or if we're lucky, maybe we will have already seen it last night on preview night, on Thursday night previews, if they're even doing that by then. Our local theater's not even open on Thursdays at the moment, but hopefully they will be by then. But yeah, October 15th, 7 months away from today. How awesome. Byron's wondering if the song Close to Me from Halloween 2018 will be on the Kill soundtrack, if not Ends. Yes, that version of the song that Lori's humming that they actually recorded is like a slow country ballad. Um, I'm with you, Byron. I can't believe they didn't put that on the finished soundtrack. But I guess the main reason is I don't think Carpenter worked on that so much. Like I think I seem to recall hearing or reading an interview with him where he did say that that was actually a surprise to him hearing that bit of music. So maybe David Gordon Green. I don't know the story about that song. That's something I need to investigate. We need to get to the bottom of. But yeah, I do recall reading something that Carpenter was surprised to hear that. So that must be the main reason it wasn't included on those soundtrack releases. But I could still see, it being included in one of these future soundtracks, or maybe even a box set after Ends comes out. Sammy's excited. Good. Yes, it is exciting. We got exciting stuff happening. Um Again, I'm just weird and don't want to say too much, but yeah, some really exciting stuff happening. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, uh, and you like what you're seeing here on these Monday nights, you definitely want to subscribe. You want to turn on the notifications because, um, yeah, we're gonna try to keep the momentum going. And with these lives, I mean, last week I think it was the most watched live we've done since we started in August. So, um, whatever you're doing is helping. Keep doing it, and keep spreading the word because, like I said, I've got a number of interviews in various stages of locking in, but this week is one that I know you guys are going to be super stoked for. And you can well, I'm stoked for it. So if I'm stoked for it, um, It's going to be exciting. Can Billy Idol Eyes Without a Face should be in Halloween Kills? Yes. Yes. That is smart, man. I like that. Number one, because I'm a huge Billy Idol fan, and I love that song. And he was actually like my first big concert I went to many years ago. But yeah, that song, because Carpenter was partly inspired by the film Eyes Without a Face, which I'm sure you know, and is probably why you're saying this, Ken. That in addition to the fact that, yeah, it would make such a, oh man, now I'm just thinking about using that song in one of these new movies. I love that, Ken. That's, yeah, let's put Billy in contact with Carpenter, David Gordon Green, right now. Tommy says Allison's Chase in 2018 is his ringtone. Yeah, I hear you, man. Definitely one of the best parts. The only downside to that one track is it's so short, but it is, yeah, it's awesome. And I love the prison montage too. That I mean, I love the scene. I've talked about it before, the scene in the film, but I love the music, that track from the soundtrack specifically as well. Jacob's asking if I'm interviewing one of the members of the movie. Not anybody involved with Halloween Kills. They are a part of this franchise. Um, they are a part of the franchise. They're a big part of the franchise, and I'll say they've been in more than one movie of this franchise. But that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But not Halloween Kills. At least not that I know of. Unless I'm surprised and they're in it. But they're not somebody that has been announced or that I've reported on that has anything to do with Halloween Kills. But they're somebody whose name that if I were to say it tonight, you all would just be like thumbs up and stoked. Because they're awesome and we all as fans pretty much agree that they're awesome. And no matter where you stand on your rankings, we all pretty much agree that this person and what they've done in the franchise has been awesome. I think it's pretty unanimous. Yeah, so that's all I'll say. Probably said too much already. Again, some of you are so smart, you could probably figure this out right now. But I'm not going to tell you if you guess right, so don't even bother. You won't have to wait long, though. It's set for Wednesday, so sometime Wednesday night or Thursday, start looking on our social media. I'll start, I'll let you know. But definitely, we're going to have some fun stuff to talk about next Monday, right here during next Monday's live. And who knows what other, news is going to come out between now and then. Yeah, I mean, this game thing with Dead by Daylight, like I said, it's not exactly breaking news, but yeah, everything is in motion right now. The future is constantly in motion, so yeah, we'll have to see. All right, guys. Let's see. Byron says, I'm wondering how Andy would feel about the anthology series idea. I mean, she seems cool. She might be down with it, but again, I think like all of us, she'd have to wait and see what's happening. Where ends. Yeah. Michael loves it in your room at night. Yep. If you're talking about this one, yeah, he keep it kind of dark. Thanks, Summit. Awesome, guys. Who's he interviewing next? It's a mystery. Again, I've given a lot of clues, though. I think y'all could almost figure it out, but I'm not going to say. All right, guys. Michael loves it in your room at night with the closet door halfway closed. Yeah. White Wedding. Another great Billy Idol tune. Love some Billy Idol. All right, guys. What's the clues? You'll have to rewatch. I've already given all my clues, man. Tell them what we said. It's somebody with the franchise. Somebody with the franchise. That's what I can say. Um, Somebody with the franchise, and they're pretty much unanimously loved with the franchise. I think there might be a few people that don't live, but they don't know what they're talking about. I think pretty much everybody loves this person. And what was the other? Oh, I did say more than one movie in the franchise. Yeah. So there you go. Let that roll around in your brain. Looks like it's almost midnight. It's almost not Michael Myers Monday anymore. Not that really matters because this is Halloween daily. Every day is Halloween. Every day might as well be Michael Myers Monday as well. But I think that's about it, guys. Yeah. Good to see all you guys. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Like the video if you wouldn't mind. Every little bit helps. Spread the word. Make your plans to be here next Monday. And definitely subscribe and watch the channel because, like I said, lots of new exciting content. Not just this interview, but lots of other stuff also in the works that's coming. New episodes of the Halloween show where it's all things Halloween. Not limited to just the Myers franchise, but all things Halloween. Every Friday morning at 10:30. And I'll be back here next Monday for another live broadcast. At least that'll be the plan. And we'll talk again. So I'm going to say it again and have another drink, and then I'm going to sign off. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Thank you all for watching. All right, guys. Till next time, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching tonight. See you next week. Or maybe sooner. See you next time, guys.